Let's get real. The very strategies that made you a millionaire are now the exact things keeping you from hitting 5 million. You've hit a ceiling, haven't you? You're working harder than ever for less and less progress. And the hard truth is, you're the one who built that ceiling. For the past year, maybe longer. You've been the hero, the best salesperson, the most creative marketer, the one who swoops in to fix every single mess. But that's exactly why you're stuck. That hero complex has quietly made you the single biggest bottleneck in your own company. If you're stuck around that 7-figure mark, this is going to sound painfully familiar. Your revenue has flatlined, but your workload sure hasn't. You're pulling 60, 70, maybe 80-hour weeks, and it just feels like you're maintaining, not growing. Every big decision, from a new hire to a simple marketing campaign, has to go through you. Projects stall waiting for your approval. Your team is scared to make a move without your CISO. And somehow, the big customer problems always end up in your inbox. So, how do you break out of this trap? It starts with a huge, and honestly, a deeply uncomfortable mindset shift for most founders. You have to stop being the hero. You need to fire yourself as the doer-in-chief and give yourself a promotion to a new role. The architect, your job is no longer to do the work. Your job is to design the system that does the work. It is about shifting from solving every problem yourself to building an environment where problems get solved without you. As the author Scott Adams famously said, losers have goals, winners have systems. Your goal to hit $5 million is just a wish without the systems to make it inevitable. This is the turning point. It's that aha moment when you realize your real value isn't in what you can do individually, but in your ability to design a machine that multiplies what everyone else can do. You have to go from being the star player to being the coach who designs the winning plays. This isn't about losing control. It's about gaining a more powerful, scalable kind of control. It's moving from being the centerpiece to being the catalyst. Once you make that mental leap, you can finally start installing the operational playbook that actually builds the machine. This is the $1 million trap. At this stage, most businesses are completely dependent on the founders showing up to sell, market, and run the data. And here's the part that keeps you up at night. This isn't scalable. It's a one-way ticket to burnout. You don't own a business. You own a high-stress job you can never, ever leave. Think of it this way. You built a speedboat, was fast, agile, and you could turn it on a dime all by yourself. But now, you're retrying to captain a cruise ship while still leaning over the side and paddling with your hands. The methods are fundamentally wrong for the size of the ship. That relentless hustle that got you here, it literally will not get you there. In fact, it's keeping the entire ship stuck in port. All right, let's get into the how. Here is the 4-shift operational playbook to take you from stuck at $1 million to scaling toward $5 million and beyond. The old way, the $1 million way, is running your business from a single checking account. You make decisions based on whatever balance you see that day. It's pure chaos. As you grow, overhead like rent and software creeps up, but your prices stay the same, squeezing your margins until there's nothing left. The new way, the $5 million way, is to run on a proactive, percentage-based budget. This starts with a system like Profit First. You create separate bank accounts and automatically divide every dollar that comes in. For example, maybe 20 to 30% goes straight to profit, 5 to 10% to marketing, a chunk for taxes, and the rest is for operating expenses. This forces discipline and guarantees your business is actually profitable. And crucially, you must analyze your pricing every year and build in a solid 20 to 30% profit margin on top of all your costs. This creates a financial model that scales with you. As you grow, your marketing budget automatically increases, funding the very growth you're trying to create. You're not guessing anymore. You're running on a formula. The old way is depending on random acts of growth, like word of mouth, and the occasional referral. Look, that got you to your first million, but it's not a strategy, it's hope. The $5 million way is to build what we call an engineered growth system. This isn't just doing some marketing. It's building a predictable machine with 3 parts: a lead generation system, a sales conversion system, and a client fulfillment and upsell system. You need to know your numbers, with obsessive clarity. You need to know that if you put 50 qualified leads into the machine this week, it will reliably spit out 10 new customers with a specific lifetime value in 30 days. This means you stop just posting sporadically on social media and start creating a balanced attack of inbound marketing, like a content strategy that proves you're the authority, and outbound marketing, like targeted ads or outreach. You document your sales process so anyone on your team can follow it. Growth stops being a magic trick and becomes a math equation. The old way is built on the lie every founder tells themselves. If you want it done right, you just have to do it yourself. You think you're the best salesperson, the best marketer, the only one who really gets it? This makes you the hero, but it also makes you the bottleneck. The $5 million way is to embrace the who, not how philosophy, and systematically replace yourself. You build a replacement ladder, buying back your time by delegating roles in a very specific order. First, hire for admin tasks. Second, hire for delivery and operations. Third, bring in a marketing team or a fractional CMO to execute your ideas. Fourth, you hire dedicated salespeople. And finally, you build a management layer to lead those teams. So many founders get stuck because they are a chief marketing officer with a million ideas but no one to actually do them, which just leads to weak, generic marketing. Your job isn't to do these things. It's to find the who that can do them better than you ever could. Now, if you're struggling with this idea of letting go and have no idea where to start, I've put together a simple delegation score. It's a quick tool to help you find the first low-risk, high-impact tasks you can get off your plate right now. The link is in the description. For now, let's get to the final shift that ties this all together. The old way is managing by gut feeling, intuition, and whatever fire is burning brightest that day. The business runs on your mood and your personal bandwidth. The $5 million blueprint demands you run on data, not drama. This means putting a professional operating system in place for your business, like the entrepreneurial operating system EO. The whole point is to create crystal clear clarity and accountability everywhere in the company. You do this by setting clear KPIs for every single role and putting them on a scoreboard or dashboard for everyone to see. One consulting firm, BCA, scaled from $3 million to over $10 million by giving every team member a single winning number that connected directly to the company's goals. When every employee knows exactly how their work today moves the company forward, the entire game changes. Decisions become decentralized and objective. You stop being the source of all the answers and instead become the person who makes sure the right questions are being asked and measured. Scaling your business from 1 million to 5 isn't about working 5 times harder. It's about installing a totally different operating system for your business and for yourself. It's a full transformation from relying on personal effort to demanding systematized excellence. To help you put all of this into action, I've consolidated this entire framework into a free, downloadable PDF called the $5 Million Blueprint. It's a step-by-step playbook that walks you through setting up your financial systems, engineering your growth engine, and building your replacement ladder. It's the architectural plan for the machine you need to build. Click the first link in the description to grab your copy for free. So let's recap the 4 essential shifts. First, you install a financial operating system running on percentages, not panic. Second, you engineer your growth engine for predictable, mathematical results. Third, you build your replacement ladder, firing yourself from every role you possibly can by finding your who's. And fourth, you run on data, not drama, creating a culture of clarity and accountability. The identity that got you to 7 figures was the hustler, the problem solver. But that identity has an expiration date. The identity that will get you to 5 million and beyond is that of an architect, a systems thinker, and a true leader. It is time to let go of who you were to become who your business needs you to be. Now that you have the operational playbook, the very next step is putting the right leaders in place. Check out this next video on my screen titled The 3 Hires That Unlock 8-Figure Scale to learn exactly who you need on board to make this all a reality.